Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make a broken mirrored Christmas tree wall decoration. I hope you enjoy it. Give me a thumbs up. Okay, so this is my finished product for my broken Christmas tree wall decoration project. It was a lot of work. It took some time, a few days for me, but it came out pretty good, I think, and I did a shorter board, as you can see. So follow along with how I did this. Here are the supplies for the broken mirror wall decoration: drill, screwdriver, D-rings, which will be used to apply to the board. Ready to use simple grout that is sanded in Arctic White. I didn't want anything that I was going to have to mix up. The adhesive, the guy at Home Depot said that this will keep the mirror to the board without any issues. The grouting sponge, old gloves, goggles, broken mirror pieces. If you're superstitious, don't you worry. I did not break any mirror. I did a listing on Nextdoor. Someone had a broken mirror. I went, took the pieces, and then last is my board. I chose a short board, very thin. So we're ready to go. Okay, here's the outline for my tree. This is my glass piece, and then I drew it out with chalk. Looks pretty sad, so hopefully it comes out good. And then this is the back that I attach the D-rings to. All right, here we go. Okay, it doesn't look too bad. So now I'm going to start gluing down the pieces and let it sit for several hours to dry and then go from there. Okay, so I have my simple grout ready to use. This is sanded in Arctic White. I forgot to get a scoop and something to mix it, so I'm going to use one of these old Publix cake cutters. I think it'll do the same thing. Mix it up and then start laying it here on the mirror. All right, so I'm just mixing it. We'll see how it goes. And then I'm going to just kind of plop it on there like Rebecca did. And I have these old gloves. So let's see. I just plop it on there. And then I just start rubbing it in. I know they said to make sure that it's nice and smooth. Also, I noticed the different heights of the mirror can make it harder for it to go through. So you want to make sure that it's nice and even. So let me just plop some more on. Good amount. Hopefully this works out well. We'll see. Definitely can feel the sand and the grit in there, so that's pretty good. So I will keep doing this and then let it dry for about 15 minutes, I believe. And then go over it a little bit, smooth it out with a wet sponge, the grout sponge, and then let it sit 15 minutes again, and then I'll start wiping off the glass. So I'll see you shortly. Okay, so now I smoothed it out with the wet grout sponge. I smoothed it out as best I could. So now I just have to wait about 10 to 15 minutes, and then I'm going to start wiping it down with paper towel. Well, only wiping down the mirrored part. So I would have to say this part is probably the hardest part because I chose to do smaller pieces and it's really hard actually to get the pieces clean. I tried initially with wet paper towel, which does get it off, but then it kind of messes with the rest of the grout. I tried doing it with dry paper towel and it doesn't work as well. So I am doing a little bit of wet and then going back over it with a dry paper towel. My recommendation would be try to avoid small pieces because it's harder to get the grout off without messing up everything else kind of in between. So I'm going to continue with this and I'll let you know how long this takes me, but this is what I've done so far. See. Okay, so I'm finally all done. It took me about an hour or a little bit more than an hour to get everything off. What I ended up doing was I used paper towel, wet and dry paper towel, and I also used Q-tips and a little bit of acetone, which helped to get it off. The problem that I encountered is when I was going to the little pieces, it actually made these grooves into the grout, which is kind of annoying, but my son said it looks pretty cool. So my recommendation again would be not to use a lot of small pieces. If you can get away from it, use bigger pieces and it'll work a little bit better. So we'll just let this dry for 24 hours and then we'll come back and see the finished product. Thank you for following along. Well, there you have it, my finished project of the broken mirrored Christmas tree wall decoration. What do you guys think? And I hope that you're all having the best day ever, and I'll see you soon.